Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Welcome to Speak Your Mind TV against corruption in Jamaica.
The government is using the protection of farmers as scapegoat to persecute and charge farmers for their own goods that they have produced. So once you touch the main road with your own goods that you have grown, if you don't have receipt, or if you don't have a RADA ID, or if you don't sign up with RADA, your goods, even though they are yours, they are considered illegal by the government. At some point, it is going to be converted into revenue. The government is not going to give you a RADA receipt book that is traceable and a RADA ID for nothing. They don't put out this much effort for nothing. It's like people's attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. If it's not entertainment, if it's not something to make them laugh, people pay no attention. Hence, Jamaica is in the problem it is in now, because the people who is paying the politician and who is paying the government pay no attention to the happenings of what these governments and politicians are doing. Can you imagine being on your farm and you find some food and you put it in your vehicle and say you're bringing it home to share it up between you and your neighbors, and when you hit the road, the police stop you and tell you that you are carrying too much food in your vehicle without a receipt and charge you for it? Can you imagine going to your bush and decide to dig some food for sale? Food where the government already tax you for planting, because you have to pay tax on the fertilizers and on the chemicals that you use. And when you go to your ground and you dig the food and you bring it to the road, the police is going to stop you and charge you based up on the amount that you have in your vehicle. And when you go to the court, you have to pay, or else the government take away your freedom for your own food that they don't know how you come by it. They don't know the work that you have to go through to produce it. But once it comes, the government is turning around to prosecute locals for their own food that they plant. 2 women being locked up for some bananas that they cut out of their own yard, bringing it to the market because they don't have a RADA ID nor a RADA receipt. And the driver who was transporting them also get charged for what? For transporting stolen goods. The owner of the goods is right there in the in the vehicle, telling you that it is my own. The police does no investigation to find out if this are so. They can just look at your goods, say to you that them feels you steal it, and lock you up, and that, and the government is in agreement with it. These things are injustice. And for those who have them RADA ID and for their RADA books and sitting down and say that they are okay, they are good with the police. For those who already have a RADA receipt book and a RADA ID and think that it is okay, how long do you think it's going to take the government to move things to the next chapter? How long do you think it's going to take for this chapter to close? How long? Because they have something else coming. They are trying to gather us all into one system because they have a plan for us. The same way they are charging a man 150,000 for 500 yam, according to the quantity he have. And the woman with 2 bananas, they are charging her according to the quantity she have. Think, and you will come to the understanding that they want to tax farmers. And because they can't yet, they are charging farmers according to the tax that they would have charged them if they were in the system. How long do you think they are going to take to kick off the revenue process for farmers once they get everybody in? Sit down. Sit down. You think it's not coming? It is coming. For all those who think they are safe, It is coming.
See there, a whole building burned down. And me call 119, and they hang up on me blood clot. Me call 119. After 4, me I look for the call. Me look at girl call me say, "Oh, someone don't go to me in my bathroom naked as it is me born." Me run out of my bathroom and me pitness in me nakedness. Me pitness in me nakedness. And me call 119 and they hang up on me blood clot. See it there? Me call emergency number and they hang up on me. What is in a Jamaica? Me want to know what is in a Jamaica. What taxpayer money I go? Me call 119 and they hang up on me. A Lenelton police me have to ring. Lenelton police me have to ring. Fi call the fire brigade. Come in and know fire brigade number. Me call 119 and they hang up on me.
Police investigators are theorizing that the full value of Tuesday's massive seizure of US and Canadian currency notes in St. James will be higher than initially suspected. In an update to our newsroom today, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Fitz Bailey, said the money was still being counted. He confirmed that millions of US and Canadian currency notes were seized and investigators are carrying out a careful count to arrive at a final figure. It's now believed that the cash amounts to more than $7 million US dollars. There were initial reports elsewhere that it was in the region of $5 million US dollars. The money was seized on Tuesday during an anti-narcotics operation at a house in Coral Gardens. The owner of the house was taken into custody. Yesterday, the police reported that the owner was the subject of a U.S. extradition request in 2005. A motor vehicle which was intercepted in the vicinity of the property on Tuesday was searched and 24 pounds of cocaine with a street value of $85 million was seized. Now the driver of that vehicle was detained.
Tell me how lobster, a luxury food, we can import it at 40% with an import duty at 40%, while chicken, the staple for most of us, is taxed over 200% in Jamaica. Yeah. So in Jamaican supermarkets, and I want you to follow me for this one because I'm going to get very technical, but I know most of all of us are feeling it. So in Jamaican supermarkets, a whole chicken weighs an average of what? About 1.7 kilograms. That's about 3.8 pounds. You see that bird? It costs us about, on average, depending on where you go, 1,860 Jamaican dollars. Meanwhile, in the United States, the very same chicken, this very same whole chicken can sell for $5 US. That's 809 Jamaican dollars at the current exchange rate, half the price. So Jamaicans are paying 125% more for the same protein. And before anybody rush me, because I don't love rush me, and say, Lisa, we don't want any imported chicken from the United States because it this and it that. Here's the spoiler. We already eat imported chicken. The chicken backs and leg quarters flooding our wholesale market. When we go out of wholesale, I say, sell me 4 pound of chicken or sell me 10 pound of chicken. Yeah, where do you think it comes from? So let's look at it regionally now, make a balance the thing. In the Cayman Islands, for example, and Cayman is just a stone throw away, the average cost per pound for a whole chicken is about $2.40 CI. And remember, the CI dollar is stronger than the US dollar, so that's about $2, call it 90 cents for a pound of chicken. So come January, the Caymanians are going to move minimum wage to $8.75 CI. That's about $10.50 US. So if you think about it, work back with me and follow me. If you just work 1 hour in Cayman based on your income, you can buy, call it 3.9 pound, call it 4 pound of chicken. Here in Jamaica, our minimum wage is about $4 per hour. And we've raised the minimum wage, the government has, and they plan to do it again. But currently, we pay about $2.50 US per hour at minimum wage. Now, if you look at the math, go back and look at what you pay for chicken in the supermarket. That can only buy you, based on the pound, not even a pound of chicken. Call it 0.66 pounds of chicken for a whole chicken. So if you work minimum wage, you must work nearly 5 hours, right, for buy that or to buy a pound. So follow me. So let's put it even more plainly. You see, in Cayman, if you work 1 hour, you can secure a family-sized portion of protein. But in Jamaica, that same effort barely stretches to feed a teenager. And this is a silent crisis of protein poverty and the cruel irony that has been unfolding in Jamaica that I've gotten up on my feet in Parliament and spoken about. I've written ad nauseum about in my columns because I know the detriment that we will face with future generations if we don't feed our country properly and allow our people to afford food, basic macro essential nutrients. So we know carbohydrates and fats are important, but doctors will tell you that protein is one of the most important macronutrients that helps with your body's resilience, healthy aging, building muscles, repairs tissues, supports immunity. You can go and look it up because it's not me say so. At the doctor them, right? And I can tell you. So here, unfortunately, protein and to buy protein is a luxury. And this is a quiet crisis at the heart of every grocery bill. You just have to look at families walking the aisles and when they pick up the chicken and you look at them. What used to be a centerpiece of Jamaican dinner is now priced like a delicacy. Right? A tray of breast. If you ask Jamaicans when last time buy a whole chicken, I'm going to tell you something, I can't buy a whole chicken. I forgot a wholesale go buy it. Or we have a piece and do little things for make tin mackerel, all kinds of things. And often protein is pushed off the plate and it's replaced by starches. Yeah, that can fill the belly, give you calories, yes, but it's not giving you nutrients. And I have been sounding this alarm for years. And people run after me. I have big corporations come after me. I don't care because the truth is getting starker. Because when a nation cannot afford protein, children fail to thrive. Adults slide into frailty too soon, and you will have chronic diseases that accelerate because our hospitals are not just going to fill with accidents and infections and people who need surgery. It's going to be filled with malnutrition disguised as obesity, diabetes, hypertension. And it's not a dietary inconvenience that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a national emergency because protein poverty, it don't look like famine. It don't look like bang belly. It creeps in quietly. It is a mother who has to always buy chicken back instead of being able to buy a chicken breast or a whole chicken because it's all she can afford. It's a father who boil one whole pot of rice and make some gravy with only some scraps of meat for flavor. It's a child who probably have to get one big bowl at night time after him come home from football practice and one big jug of water for go in bed or some sugar and water to put that mother to make sure that he feels full. And the numbers don't lie. Nearly 70%. When the Ministry of Health came out last year and said, look, we have low food security. Nearly 70% of Jamaican households experience low food security. It tells you. And low food security is because they can't afford to buy what's necessary. So the uncomfortable truth is that it's our own policies that's making food more expensive for Jamaican people. And if you look back, you will see me talk about those policies. It's an import substitution model that has been crafted for another era. Look at lobster, 40% versus chicken, 200%. So this import substitution model that was crafted, it no longer serves the people it was meant to protect because it was for another era. Let's take chicken. It should be the most affordable and abundant staple on every Jamaican plate. And I'm not talking to the vegetarians, guys. So, just listen to me for a second. But this staple is buried underneath a wave of tariffs, stamp duties, and GCT. And for years, these layers of taxation have pushed the effective rate on imported chicken as high as 260%. So you can import lobster, but it just boggles me. I can't. And then we guard this fortress of protectionism as if the industry was still fragile, still in its infancy. But decades have passed, and you want to tell me that these chicken producers, the big ones, are not competitive? So the sector has matured, but you haven't? And yet the ordinary Jamaican consumer is the one, us, continues to pay the high price. But here's a cruelest twist. You see, while the Jamaicans, all of us pay these inflated price at home You see, our so-called local producers, the ones that we buy from, the big ones, they can compete abroad in the United States, in Cayman, and across the wider Caribbean. So let me explain what I mean by that. So in other words, they are allowed to compete globally, our big chicken producers, but we protect them here. So nobody else can come here, right? So they're protected at 260%, basically. But they can go overseas. You see the paradox? And then we still pay the high prices. And here's something else. Our chicken is not local. Yeah, it's false. Why? Because most of what we feed our chicken and we put into it is imported. The soy, the corn, the added, whatever it is that we're doing. So we're not shielding a local industry. We're just feeding inefficiency. And guess what, too? You see, when the global feed costs fall, our retail chicken prices never follow suit. Consumers still pay more regardless of international trends. And then what of the permit system? You can't get a chicken back license? Who gets them? You know? And these are the cuts for the poor, the ones that they have to eat because they can't afford the whole chicken. And they have to buy it piece a piece. You don't know who's getting the chicken back license. So guess what? This is not free enterprise. It's a food monopoly masquerading as food security, and successive administrations have done it. I'm so happy I'm able to say that. And on one side, and the two side. So we need protein justice. Yeah, we need justice for protein in this country so that I'm not laughing about it. It's a moral imperative. So what do we need to do? We need a policy reset. We need to reduce tariffs on poultry products to reasonable levels. Duties above 200% can't be defended in this modern economy. Moderate rates would give consumers relief while pushing producers to become more efficient. We also need to cut duties on inputs for other small farmers in chicken, things like corn, soy, vaccines. Although I think we have a big market with organic chicken for exports. Yeah, so you can't tax your ingredients. That's a contradiction. We have to do something for small farmers and reform the permit system. We don't need to give discretionary approvals enriching a handful of middlemen. Chicken back licenses and other permits must be transparent. Whoever want to bring in chicken, we must know. Go to Parliament with it. Sit down in front of Parliament and make it public so we know. These are the things Jamaicans want to know. And we need to build out an internationally HACCP approved central slaughterhouse. Farmers across Jamaica should be able to bring their chickens to a single facility where they can be processed, inspected, packaged at the highest global standards so that they don't have to rely on the big man for help them out. They should be given the guarantee of equity and create a fair market where small and medium farmers, they can compete alongside the large ones. I would say we also need to invest in innovation. Jamaicans can't depend forever on imported feed, and we need research alternatives. And finally, I would say this. Anything that we are doing, public health needs to be the guiding principle of our food policy because it can't be measured not just by the profits of one company or by two, but by whether Jamaican families can put protein on the table. So this is more than economics, guys. It's morality. We can't keep hiding behind slogans of the past. I mean, I saw even before the election, so me not bother go there so. But we can't continue to justify a system that protects monopolies while our people suffer. We must ask ourselves, who are we really protecting? And if the answer is not the people, then the policies must change. So I wrote an article, one of them was pot a boil, but the food not enough. Yeah, so the pot must boil, but not with starch alone, not with just some meat fat where you fry up and throw over the rice. No, it must boil with health, it must boil with dignity, and it must boil with protein that our people need to live long and strong.
Yes, to Mr. Andrew Owens. Good morning, sir. I hear a local incident I go around on the apps, you know, and just to me as a farmer, I no plan for gloves pan no blood clot one day, you know. Come sit down here, son, and make sure see your pants are coming in and frack, you know. So you hear me, I say no, no. Here you say, Rado, all the people them I deal when look farming in them yard, them need to go get registered by Rado. So tell her something. When we are putting the blood clot food them inside the yard, is in for help ease some of my pressure when we go shop. That's when now for buy them dear stuff that we plant where we can ray and where we can plant flour, we can plant rice, we can plant cornmeal. I will not no mill for mill them. You understand me, good boy? So it's like all the cocoa and the yam, the dashing, the planting, the we don't call it banana and pine and coconut and all these things. Like I tell you, blood class something, Mr. Government. When I put in these things, you know, I strengthless. Are the Almighty and I ancestors them alone around me. I don't see blood clot you. Now your body man friend them where I work a rather where you want me to go blood clot support. Me not support them a bomb buckler. Them don't get enough support already. When people go buy fertilizer, buy this a spray, buy that the spray. Mr. Government, you know something about farming pussy? Hey, don't get me dark, you know. I may want put in them a gongo. Look, me one. And gongo me have over 100 gongo tree and we don't back there. You see me see it here? All of them things, Mr. Government. Mr. Government, don't get me dark. They forget me dark. You remember Dopey Flame? You remember Bumbuckler Proke Boy? You remember Ratty Gang? You remember Bumbuckler Jackman thing? Don't make we have to go back. We don't really want to go back in the Mr. Government. See, I just buy some new pines. You know me? You rather give me $1 to come put them in. Tell me something if rather give me $1. You see me? I just want to deal with Mr. Government. I don't want me have nothing in Jesus' name. You know? I mean your blood clot friend them, you know. Now the youth them will try to hold them meds and I do some farming to change them bumbo clot life, you know, because I don't want Jamaica youth them to change. See youth them are change and I put in some great work here. Why is it? You know, don't want to youth them to change them lifestyle, you know, don't want to youth them to change them clothes, them sheet, them shoes, them pillowcase, them underpants. Mr. Government, stop fuck with we, no man, and all the money and them things that can change, and the youth them can change them life, you know, so why is it? You know, pressure us, brother. All me see you put for us, Mr. Government, pressure. Look, no man, I want, you know more time, I want some strength, I'm strengthless, and I'm a blood clot field, Mr. Government. You know more time, right now, if I put in back some pity, I'm never have no strength, look, no man. See there? Look, we have to buy water, we have to do the blood clock, and nothing granted to poor people free around here. You see me? And when all the things granted to poor people, you see me? I have to come vote for now. I all the blood clot thing that Mr. granted. But if some people I get me don't know them. You see me? I tell them, look, I'm a one and God put in them great work and cross so Mr. Government, stop ramping me, Mr. Government. I hear they are perplex my blood clot burning. You see me, I plan 2 years already on the perplex, them have to run in right now. My family and buy this. And put I to make myself be a man. Don't make me have to go back to Wishpound or so I want Jamaica to change from. And that me I tell them I not talk with no blood clot water in my mouth now. They don't look for me. But to me son some man. Me did ugly in the street. Believe you me, no man. Dark and corrupt man. So now when you see me now push them vibration, they hurt nobody. Me just company apps and now glaps. Me chat what is right, chat facts. Stop fuck. Yeah? Lazy man no do them a type of work, Mr. Government. And rather no come on come give no man no strength, Mr. Government. I rather do I take fan way. And your friend them tell them to ease off. Else we go squeeze off. And hey, you me say? Hey, no moving. Oh. Think that I no fuck with a big batty boy.
In my former video, when I said that they are pushing some tax behind this greedy and larceny issue, I was only half correct, right? First thing, they are getting you into the system through RADA, right? Registering your farm, registering your business, as anything that has to do with buying and selling and stuff like that, right? They are getting you to register that. So I was searching and I was wondering, why are they so adamant in getting us to do that? Lo and behold, I come to find out that if you are selling anything like nutmeg, coconut, pimento, spices are things like that in Jamaica. it is illegal to buy and sell them if you don't have a trade license. That is just recent. So you need a trade license. That trade license, I think it costs 10,000 Jamaican dollars, right? And then it would have to be renewed when the time is up. So I started digging. I'm saying, what about those who sell food out of a vehicle and stuff like that? So I started to do some more digging. And then I find out that presently now, every vendor, every idler, everyone that have a stall in the market, everyone that have a stall on the roadside, it is illegal for you to have that stall if you don't have a vending license. Most of us know about the food permit, right? That you need to have to handle food if you're selling food like cooked food. But as for food that is not cooked, you need a vending permit. And as soon as this process in getting everybody into RADA is done, they are going to hit you with the vending permit. So just like your vehicle is licensed for the year or such, you're going to have to license your stall by getting a vending permit for the year. Now, I was still wondering why all this. Then I remember the big C. I'm just putting one and two together. Probably I might be off, probably I might be wrong. I don't know, but I'm just putting one and two together. Remember that in the COVID crisis, the only system that was booming and saved a lot of people during the COVID crisis was the farming system in Jamaica. It was the market system in Jamaica. Even when they locked down the market, the system still boomed because people take their vehicle and take their food to the people, and the people buy the food. And it was one of the system that was not under any lock and key. But now they are giving you a vending permit or a trade license. That means if they give you it, it can be taken away. So what they're going to do is that they're going to give you that vending permit, I give you that trade license, and if you will not comply to the system, they take away your license. Just like how they take away the license of the doctor or the lawyer or the teacher. So farming is now being placed into the system where they can restrict you from not farming, they can restrict you from not selling, they can restrict you from not buying. And what they're going to do, they're going to make you not complying illegal. So therefore, if you don't apply, if you don't comply, there is going to be a charge or a fine that you're going to be slapped to it. So failure to comply, you're going to be slapped with a charge. And the charge is going to be so heavy that you are going to be afraid not to comply. And those who will get their license take away or their permit take away will be afraid to sell without it because the fine will be so heavy. Revelation is coming to pass, people. The issue of buying and selling will be a very big issue in the future to come. The issue of buying and selling, whether it be merchandise, goods, farming goods, anything that you buy and sell in the future is going to be a big issue. The system is being set and we are ready to kick off the ball. Welcome to 2030.
Batty boy, bomb clot and journalist. Everything you do, you try to do for pressure bomb clot poor people. Pussy, what you mean by if people plant their local food in their yard and then bomb clot rather receipt and then or sign up with rather then can charge or no can take with anything. How kind of batty man law them they not implement upon the people? Pussy, how much people can bomb buckler read and write in a Jamaica for bomb buckler get rather license and anything there. I be a little thing and I find for pressure bomb buckler poor people. What no want poor people to do? Big nose bomb buckler man. What no want people to do? What no want people to do in a Jamaica? First a goat and now a food. People can't even plant like a food in a blood clot piece in a them blood clot yard in a them country with them bumper clot born and grow. Big nose man go suck your mother man and step down man and run away from Jamaica man and go suck.
If I became the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, I would be a leader with integrity. What means I do the right thing at all times, even when no one is watching. I would ensure all schools and government buildings has air conditioner and solar energies to reduce electricity bill. I will increase public sector wages because when people get a good pay, they get motivated to do their work properly. I will invest in the children because we are the future. And I want Jamaica to be a better place than how I found it. And my goal is to make Jamaica one of the cleanest, richest, and safest countries in the world.
Part
The lawyers
1.
and the judges in Jamaica, 99% of them are criminals. They do not look out for poor people. And a poor people make them drive Benz. A poor people make them live somewhere. The lawyers and the judges in this country do not represent the people of Jamaica. They are evil. One little case and them a charge you 500,000, 2 million, 4 million. What people for finding the freaking money? For no put on a look at that black suit and one white thing on the neck and got turn up in a court. Your Honor, I seeking, Your Honor, I trying to get a bail bond for my client. Huh? $1 million. And then the judge said, we'll look into it. Counsel, you have anything to respond to what the defense is asking? Your Honor, we're concerned that the accused might be a threat to the community. So we're asking you to deny the bail, Your Honor. Okay, boom. Bail denied. $1 million. $1 million. In less than friggin' 2 minutes. $1 million. $1 million. And these attorneys are driving around in a big fancy car because it's a thing. You must own big fancy house and big car once you're called a lawyer. Once you're called a lawyer, they do not represent they don't represent poor people. And then they find one and two little one where can't barely read. And then the one they work for the government. When they hear pro bono lawyer, pro bono, the little one they can't even read. But when they go turn up in front of the judge, the same judge will collect money on that friggin' table. But let me tell you this in a Jamaica tonight, per Marvin, Adrian, Edgar channel. Every single judge and liar.
Yes, Desmond, you condemn the police now and them action. You never did know say the same beast where they are trained. I got turn around upon you. The same police where una get all of these powers without no oversight. Now the police them can say you're unruly and you there do fuckery. Because there's nobody can picture footage for back it up. There's no CCTV camera for back it up. Me say, me sorry them never beat you, make blood a run down in your face. You think as paper spray as alone? Me say, me sorry. You're coming out to condemn the police and I didn't have much time in the office when I could have reformed the police force. Andrew Onis, one day, him soon get free money. That is the reason why you see most of these politicians after them term down or them time done and them reach out, them run go overseas because the beast where them been feeding I go turn around pan them. So they make sure them jump off of the ship quick and fast. Them don't even dare. Them don't even dare for see it and fall. Desmond Mackenzie come out and condemning the action of the police and I say you are some careless police boy. And we have been saying that for the longest while. And you know what? Every time I call out the police, we wanna say, Go call Marvin. Go call Marvin. So Desmond, you know what call Marvin now? Desmond Mackenzie, go and go call Marvin Little Fire. You know what go call Marvin? You dirty pussy hole, yo. He's condemning the action of the police. The police was moving cruel and violent. Desmond Mackenzie get pepper spray. Him high. That's why I tell you, say, yo, the beast, wanna put on a faith in her, wanna make such man come full up on her head and tell you for you, for putting a faith in her. It turn you on pan you. I'm sorry it never works, dog. I'm sorry see you can go home. I'm sorry, cause enough youth never get a chance to even go home back. I'm sorry you get for go home.
Mr. Olness, so I saw it in the Jamaica Observer where it said 6 persons were charged in Mandeville for highway vendoring. So the people them do them honest bread because no job no they not no they for them make a living and the people them go put up something and try sell something, right? And you will lock them up and charge them for vendoring, highway vendoring. Okay, so this is your unique way of teaching the people where I earn an honest dollar for go become criminal and then on a run out on TV come say them a thief. Okay, I tell you Jamaica say, this is government here, we only have a call 1 p.m. the devil from hell. How can persons be charged for vendoring? The people them want work. So what we should have seen in the Jamaica Observer today is that the government takes 6 persons off the street that was doing vendoring and gave them jobs instead of charging them on some piece of shit. The whole I want to tell you now.
And let me tell you something. You say like how you and Flight Green no care for nobody in a blood clot St. Elizabeth. Let me tell you something. And one thing me I beg you do, you know. You say the price of the things them in a St. Elizabeth, especially Black River, especially the 5 supermarket we left down here, especially a 2 Chinese supermarket down here. And the rest of them have your big Tapanaris, blood clot friend them, you and Flight Green. So here what we are begging you do. The price them are the something them too high, you know, can come do something about the vendor them. Look here, Andrew Wanna, so if you remember, so you not spend that even $1 in a St. Elizabeth, you know. Andrew Wanna say go out the road every day, you have to buy yam for $800, $900, $1,000 blood clot pound for the vendor them. And you want to say go back in a supermarket in town and you will have the blood clot supermarket them NCO where you SNCO where you call it and the other one. Master Mac did even better than the rest of them. But blood clot man, the pussy clot price in a St. Elizabeth can't drop you off with a blood clot. You left his stammer, you can't left billions of dollars pound with blood clot. We can't buy nothing in a supermarket. Lord God Almighty.
Under the pressure that we don't have enough healthcare professionals. We've recently
We have never had enough, sir. And that is a reality.
Yes.
Time gone by it would have been because we didn't train enough. Then we were training enough, but we're not paying enough, so people were leaving. And people are still leaving. Because I would have articulated in the local space that people don't leave for money only. People leave for opportunities.
Yeah.
And people leave for some basic things, sir. People leave. I have a child who is special needs. Jamaica can't help me. So I have to go to a country where I can work and send my child into a space that I know they are cared for and protected professionally. Jamaica doesn't offer that. So there are some things. I have my elderly parents who need additional health needs. They can't get that here, and that's the basic.
The government a lock up people for plant potato and cocoa and yam and banana. Me don't understand this. Because first time we are playing ganja and the government a bad penny say we know fi plant ganja. And the agriculture minister encourage we fi plant food security. And now we are playing potato and cocoa and yam. And then the government set the police power we. Fi stick we up a road and take away potato with cocoa. Can't go out there yard go yam them and them family. And chalk we up and charge we. And we go a court and the judge charge you put on top of it. So we don't understand that. So we need one of the MP, the agricultural MP, to come out and come talk and make you wag one. Because we don't understand